Satish Jayaraj is a creative writer who specializes in fantasy literature. He is a 2009 Hamlin MFA graduate in fiction. His thesis project, the young adult fantasy novel Secret of the Naga Dragons, is available for digital purchase on Kindle. He also writes creative nonfiction and poetry. Visit satishjayaraj.weebly.com/publications to see his complete list of publications. He's been organizing and hosting literary events since being part of West Lake Literati, the graduate student organization Hamlin. His dedication to crackball is pursued by his belief in the power of spoken literature. Please welcome Satish.
I think so. Might not be the average height, but just a little taller than me. Okay. Thank you all for coming to this. And I want to say an especial thank you to the guys who came to my last meeting. I hope you enjoyed it because it's the same set list. So, I'll try and read it a little differently. I've been working on my second fantasy novel. I don't think I can call it young adult anymore, but we'll see where that goes. And so, that's all I've been writing. So it's nice to kind of come out and be able to kind of read something else that I do.
Can you lower the stand just a little bit?
Yeah. So this is a poem I keep revisiting, and there was a Sikh temple that was attacked, and when was that? In 2012, and there were all these attacks against Sikhs 10 years ago with September 11th, and the whole idea that they're being attacked because they think they're Muslim, and it was just this cross-cultural ignorance. And as an Indian, I felt I had to kind of address this poem. Address this somehow. I tried it in essay, I tried it in fiction, and it just came out in poetry. After the attack on the Sikh temple, 11 years after September 11th, 2001. I'm sorry that I didn't do more, that in all my creative work, my fantasy fiction, CNF poetry, my treasure chest of a decade of old notebooks and scribbled on scraps of paper, I will never see another pair of eyes. There is not one single reference to Sikhism. I'm sorry that when I was teaching, I didn't find out from my students what do white, black, Latino, Asian Americans know about Sikhs. What do Indian Americans know? Hindu, Indian immigrants of my generation know. What do I know and not know and could have taught my students? I'm sorry that in 2006, when I went to get my first haircut in St. Paul, and the white barber was making small talk with his white customer about the untrustworthiness of blacks and how all Muslims must also be terrorists based on the extrapolation theory of his high school logics class, that all I did to protest was walk out. That I didn't stand up and say, "You are wrong. You are very wrong, and here is why." What did I stand to lose compared to what would be lost? I'm sorry too that my first thought was selfish, that I was too afraid to do anything. Sometimes I still wonder if I am in danger. I'm not that different from the Sikhs caught in the crossfire of ignorance in America. Thank you. And my next one is dedicated to my mother. I've written a book on dragons, and there's always that question you get, it's like, where does that creativity come from? And my theory in this poem is that it came from my mother's excellent cooking. My mother cast spells in the kitchen. I could never see the rampant sparks of flavor fizzling in the air through the veil of steam from the piping hot rice, or even hear it above the roaring exhaust fan that carried the flavor outside. But I would taste the flavor whenever I walked into the kitchen's private aura, and it would shoot down my nose to my throat. It was like walking into the forge of an ironsmith. My mother, tempered like steel to her profession, bounced from one magic station to another, casting multiple spells at once. Listening for the crackle of mustard seeds and hot oil to sound like a king cobra's hiss. before pouring its fury into the pot of soothing dog coins, colored gold, stirring a fold of crispy black into a turmeric and chili paste that would coat prawns, a paste thicker than the blood of the salmon that allowed Siegfried to speak to the birds. Every day of my childhood, that cauldron beneath my esophagus churned. Pepper chicken, mutton rogan josh, spicy stir-fried carrots and beans, heat that drew a smile across my Buddha belly. From that cauldron, a rainbow of dragons manifested, a world of creatures, each with a noble fire rumbling in their stomachs, each with their own individual personality, like every meal she made for us. Okay, this next one is called Brotherhood. There are a bunch of pop culture references here, so I'm hoping at least the people my age will catch them. It's video games, X-Men comic books, or the keys. And my brother is older than I am. As the oldest, he always claimed his favorite before I could, and rivalry demanded I pick something else. But I never ventured far. He loved the tiger, so I loved the lion. He claimed Wolverine, so I claimed Nightcrawler. He fought with the Street Fighter Ryu, so I practiced with Ken. Brother Cats, brother X-Men, even brother adopted Street Fighters with the same make-believe martial arts style. Brothers through and through. It was natural for Charlotte and I to split up one day. We rediscovered what we had in common. This is for anyone who hasn't seen a Bollywood movie. It's called Bollywood Virgins. It's what I like to call people who have not had the pleasure of seeing one, because it's quite stunning and an eye-opener. So, who here has not seen a Bollywood film? You haven't seen? Okay. This may get you to see them. You should watch at least one or two. It's your decision to stop after that. Most people do. Bollywood movies, with their impromptu dance videos that rarely serve the story, most times even hinders it, prompting Bollywood virgins to say things akin to, are they, the backup dancers, part of his gang? When did they get to Machu Picchu? And my favorite, why is this even happening? Bollywood movies, with their panoramic slow motion shots of bodies in motion, imagine David Hasselhoff, but set to Olympic-themed music and long hair blowing sexily from every angle. Oh, how different Bollywood would be without the invention of the portable fan. Bollywood movies now bringing to you superheroes with half the drama, twice the melodrama, and 5 times the superphysics. Believe me, I saw Krish do Tarzan, Jesus, Super Spider Bat, Iron Man, Hand, Fist, and even a dolphin. Bollywood movies, publicly badmouthed by many an Indian man, including myself, till I was in a rut at 28 and wanted to not give a damn about the world right then. And I burst out laughing when a jet ski flew out from under the water like a suicidal salmon and washed neatly onto the pier like a bar of salt. You won't see that in American film. Bollywood movies, comedians and their over-the-top, often disconcerting ha 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 ha, which makes me understand why so many expat Indians are uncomfortable sharing in this tasteless industry. And yet to me is an avenue through which I have heard the rambunctious laughter of even the most stoic Bollywood virgins. Before I get to my last one, I just want to say thank you all for being here. I'm actually not in the Almanac. David was kind enough to invite me to lead. As some of you may know, I host Back Walnut usually. I hosted the festival last year, and I wasn't able to do it this year. And so I'm really happy that David was able to pull the reins of this one. So a round of applause, please, to David. I'm really happy to see this continue with me without it being dependent on me at the helm. So, a stone. Somewhere out there, on private property, in a labyrinth of distractions and disguises, deep in an ocean of memories and omens, is the one stone that speaks to you. Find it. Hold on to it for dear life. Be grateful for the path that led you to your talisman. Rub your thumb against its roughness to decode the blessings of your life to come. Everything will be different now. Thank you all so much.